Everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here at Cardano, seeing what's going on. This is actually awesome. We broke our descending trend, came back down to retest after rejecting off this 0.382 fib level, this previous support level at 57 cents, and now we're on our way back up. So very, 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 very good signs here for this coin. Now, again, keep in mind Bitcoin's doing really well right now. That has a lot to do with this. The market is in an uptrend. You want to be careful not buying the top, but we're going to try to identify right now if this is the top and just generally roughly what we're looking at there, okay? So if you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I love to teach people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. If you do want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCash.tech is the site linked down below. And we just took some massive profits here. Got to celebrate this course. Solana, 127% in 1 month. That's not that big of a deal because we already took profit on that before. But Near Protocol, 73% in 19 hours. And of course, VeChain, 36% in 12 hours. Make sure you watch those videos. I got the question all day long today. How did you take the trades? Why'd you take them? I explain why in those videos. You can kind of see it pretty clear. Again, it could be very similar to what we're talking about here today because this does look like we're going to retest this resistance level at about 61.5. And if we break through that level there, we should be in pretty good shape. That's obviously a key resistance here for us. So let's jump into the backend data and kind of see roughly what this looks like here, just so we can kind of understand, where the liquidation levels are at, because most people try to like short into coins that are overextended because they're overextended, not with any other logic in place. Okay, again, just because you see a green bar go straight up doesn't mean it's going to come right down. It will probably come down eventually in a different way, always the way that you don't expect though. Okay, take a look at this here. Tell me what you see. What do you see here that looks different or good or bad? To me, this looks fantastic for longs. The main reason why is because shorts are going to get wrecked and demolished at 62, 64, 66, and 68 cents. Okay, not to say all those will get hit once, but I can tell you that at this point, with this heavy concentration of liquidation just above the current price point, the most recent high at 61.7, I think 62 is going to be an instant target, okay? So be careful. Be very, very careful taking a short right now, okay? You do not want to short in an uptrend. I'm not sure why people seem to think it's a good idea, but it's a bad call nonetheless, okay? I've taken 3 short trades this month. One of them is doing poorly, completely honest. But the other 2, we took profit and got out, okay? Now keep in mind, most of the trades we're taking are all long positions, okay? We're up 2,600% this month on 5 to 7x leverage trades. But on the same accord, it's just one of those situations we're not focusing on shorting coins. Yes, there's plenty of opportunity. You can catch some good ones, but it's just higher risk right now at this point. Why take high risk trades when you can comfortably take realistic trades and not lose your shirt, okay? And just to me, I don't know, I get really frustrated with new community members coming over. Sorry, not the new community members. I get frustrated with their experience they've had before because they always seem to think that crypto is just 20x to 100x leverage and that's just what you do. That's not true. That's not true at all. Anyways, again, more conservative myself. It's just worked well for me over the years. Who am I to talk? So let's take a look here at the 4-hour time frame, work our way down. In fact, we can just start with a daily actually to quickly acknowledge a few key factors here. Because if I recall correctly, we're still above the moving averages, which we are. We could extend this down here as well, just to kind of get perspective that we are still ascending positively. We can also confirm, of course, on the daily that we have a stochastic RSI swing, which is fantastic. Same thing here with the MACD. It's actually the inverse here. Correction, it's not the same thing. That's a divergence. But with the price increasing here today, there's a decent chance that'll go away quickly. Okay, so when you see a divergence on one thing and then a convergence on another, those are conflicting signs. And oftentimes that will kind of, it'll minimize my interest in wanting to take a trade with the coin, right? Again, if you have conflicting info. But this divergence makes sense because obviously that's what happens when the price pulls back for about 7 or 8 days, right? Makes sense. That's why we look at smaller time frames to identify some better entries. At this point here, we can confirm that we're above the 20, testing the 50-day SMA, ascending positively with a 100, 200 is trailing behind. That's fantastic. RSI is back up over 50. This is a positive sign. I love to see this. Stochastic RSI is swinging up, more room for growth. MACD is converging. I prefer to utilize the 4-hour over the daily MACD personally, and that tells us a lot more about the shift in momentum. Whereas we continue to converge on the 4-hour time frame, then that daily divergence will become a convergence. Okay, again, smaller time frames become bigger time frames if you have consistency. And what we're seeing right now is, again, just a pretty straightforward break of this descending trend. Price action broke above, retested that resistance level, came down to retest the support, and we're now tentatively range bound in this situation here. Okay, so range bound between 57 and 61.5. Reason why I say that, because that's the stage number 2 of a trend reversal. You've got lower lows and lower highs for a descending trend. Again, I talk about this in my Trading Academy or University videos. To my premium members, please note on our website, I do have a trading university, and it's important you watch those videos because I talk about these trend reversals. In other words, the price comes down like this, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Once you establish a higher high and a higher low, that's a reversing trend, but it usually starts by being range bound, which we can see here. Price is range bound so far between 57.5 and 61.5. Okay, once we break above, the likelihood of the price coming back down to retest is high. That's when you consider entry. Okay. Now we might be able to see some entry signals on the hourly, but generally speaking, that's what I'd be looking for a long position with Cardano right now. That having said, let's take a look at the hourly and kind of see roughly where we're at here. Okay, because this to me is a good confirming factor. So we're gonna take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. We have broken above the cloud. We've been up above for about 4 hours now. That's fantastic. Exactly what I like to look for. And then we can see lagging span is free and clear and conversion lines above the baseline, and we're well, again, above the cloud. So this is extremely, extremely positive contributing factors here. The only thing you got to recognize, though, is if Bitcoin has a bad day tomorrow, which could possibly happen, then we are going to be in a position where a lot of these coins are going to get hit. So just be mindful. If you take a position, use lower leverage. The reason why is because you can survive the ebbs and flows of the market, and consider a lower position size, or just staying with the same position size every single trade. Some people start they take their profit, they add it to the next trade, and they keep on, they keep building and building and building, and then eventually you're just going to get hit with a hard trade, and it's all for nothing. Okay, stick to a plan, set goals before you take a trade, have multiple entries, average in and average out of your position. That's how good traders do it. Okay, again, just some words of advice for somebody who's been in the industry for about 20 years. Yes, I've been in crypto less, but I traded in day traded traditional markets for years, and you learn a thing or two when you have to get up at the butt crack of dawn and trade pre-market hours and then consider post-market hours even later in the day. So again, I don't do that anymore, but that's why I've got a day trading bot. Again, just to clarify, if you're curious and you're in the group, Premium Plus is my day trading scalping bot where we scalp day trades. Typically, the trades are held for shorter periods of time. We have some longer trades here, but you can see, ETH 6% there, Matic 5%, 5 hours. That's generally how it works. Okay. And then, of course, our premium group is our swing trades, where these are trades that I manually set up myself. I have a signals guide here. Read through it entirely before you decide to take a trade, just so you know how that works and the general concept, because you can't wear a day trading hat and try to be a swing trader, and vice versa. Well, after 20 years, I kind of can do that, but when you're brand new, you gotta treat a day trade like a day trade, have a strategy for swing trades separate. Try not to do them concurrent. Never turn a day trade into a swing trade. That's the rule number 1. All right, again, folks, I know you've done it before. I've done it before as well, too. It's not the end of the world, but it'll work out sometimes, but for the most part, it doesn't. Okay, anyways, that's the end of that. Hourly looking good. I honestly am leaning more towards a consideration for a long position at this point with this coin. Okay, again, pay attention to how Bitcoin's behaving. It's doing rather well today. It pulls back. Some coins might take a hit. This coin does look like it wants to perform, just because it's got a much better trading chart than most other coins right now. Okay. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there. What are your thoughts? Comment below, like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you check out our newest exchange here. Phenomenal exchange, $5,500 in benefit rewards. You use my link to register, and they have no KYC, no VPN. That's why we're transitioning over. Okay, be sure to check that out. Phenomenal exchange. I can't speak higher of them. And I want to say thank you again, Bitunix, for just an awesome opportunity. We even have an admin over on our Discord group that's helping people out too if you ever have any questions. So thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.